This is the 11.5 guided practice with Mr. V. We're going to be doing the odds. Today we learned about the exterior angle theorem as well as some other triangles, so let's get to it. Alright, so the first one here, find the measure of each angle. So we are looking for this angle. Obviously we learned that all three of these angles need to add up to 180. So I can just do 76 plus 53 plus, and we'll just call this angle x, is equal to 180. So then I'll just take my calculator and do 180 minus 76 minus 53. That'll get x equals 51. And this would be degrees because we're finding how many degrees that triangle is. So first one, 51 degrees, we're good to go. Number 3. So here what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to find this vertical angle first. It's kind of like a little bit like a puzzle. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 80 plus 40 plus, we're going to call this one right here x. And that's going to equal 180. So that's just this triangle right here. So when I do that, I find out that it's just x plus 120 equals 180. So therefore x is going to be equal to 60. So what does that mean? If this one's 60, because of vertical angles, remember Mr. V, right? You see these V's. If this one's 60, this one has to be 60 because vertical angles are congruent. Now, I know two of these angles, and I can do the same step again to find the angle in question. So I'm going to do 68 plus 60 plus, we're going to call this one again x because we don't know what it is. It's equal to 180. And then I'm going to do 180 minus 68 minus 60. That'll give me 52. So my final answer is going to be 52 degrees. All right, moving on. Same thing here. We have 3 of these angles here. And we just need to add them up and set them equal to 180. So 70 plus 70 plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 180. So that would mean 4, I'm going to combine like terms, so I'm going to combine all the numbers. So that would be 144. So 4x plus 144 is equal to 180. Then what I'm going to do, 180 minus 144 is equal to 36, so 4x is equal to 36. X is going to be equal to 9. So that just means what x is. We need to plug that back in. So I'm going to plug that back into 4x plus 4. So 4 times 9 plus 4, that would be 36 plus 4 is equal to 40 degrees. And it looks like, okay, so this one just says solve for x. But if I wanted to know the angle, I would just plug it in. So this isn't your right answer. We're just looking for x. So x is equal to 9. All right. Just erase some work here for some room. All right, so now we're going to do number 7. Again, all 3 angles have to equal 180. So 50 plus 80 plus 6x minus 10. So angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 is equal to 180. I'm going to combine like terms. So I'll start with my 6x. Then I'm going to combine my numbers. So that's 50 plus 50 plus 80 is 130. And then we have a negative 10, so minus 10. So that would be plus 120 is equal to 180. Minus the 120, I'm going to have 6x is equal to 60. So then x is going to be equal to 10. All right, 9. A little more tricky, but the same thing. Looking for just some things we can fill in right away. I see the V's right here, right? 2 V's, the Mr. V rule. So if that's 40, this is 40. And then this is the same. This is a V and this is a V, so this is going to be 103. So now I've got my 3 angles, right? Or I'm sorry, I have 2 of my 3 angles. We don't know what this one is. That's the one we need to find. So I'm going to do 103 plus 40 plus x equals 180. And then I'm going to add those up, so that'd be 143. So I'm going to do 180 minus 143 is equal to be 37. So x equals 37. And the direction just, I don't know if I cut the directions off, but we're on number 9 here. So what I need to do then is, so I know that this angle right here is equal to 37. And then we see that we have this line right here. That's not the right line. We got a line right here, right? And a line is equal to 180. So in order to find x, I've got this line and this line. So those two added, that's a linear pair. So it's going to be x plus 152 plus 37 is equal to 180. So then I would just do x plus 152 plus 37 equals 189 equals 180. Minus the 189 on each side, you're going to get x is equal to negative 9. And that's your final answer. So just to recap, we had to first find out that there's vertical angles here. Then we didn't know what this angle was, so we needed to find that out. We found that out that it was 37. So then after we're done with that, because this angle and this angle are on a flat line, that means they're a linear pair. That means that you can set it equal to 180. And I found out after doing that x equals negative 9. So if we check our answer, number 9 is negative 9. All right, 11. 11 is where we get into this right here, the exterior angle theorem. So that's where these two angles right here, if you add them up, they're going to equal the outside angle right here. So let's try that. So I have an exterior, I have an exterior. That's going to equal this one right here. So what I'm going to do is 59 plus 75 is equal to x plus 139. 59 plus 75 is equal to 134. Is equal to x plus 139. I'll just minus 139 on each side. So 134 minus 139. X is going to equal negative 5. And that will be number 11 right there. All right, we're going to continue with the exterior angle theorem. And here we have two of the far or away angles, right? If we add those up, so that'd be 13x plus 5 plus 15x. That's going to be equal to the exterior angle right here, which is the outside angle of that triangle. So that's going to be equal to 117. So that's going to be 18x plus 5. Sorry, not 18x. It's going to be 28x plus 5 equals 117. So I'm going to minus 5 on each side, so that'll be 112. Then I'm going to divide it by 28, and I'm going to get x equals 4. So now, even though that I have x equals 4, the directions say find the measure of the angle indicated. I need to find measure h. So I'm going to take this x plus 4 and just plug it in. So 13 times 4 plus 5. 13 times 4 is 52, plus 5 would be 57 degrees. And that is your final answer. Same thing here. I'm looking for measure t. We're going to use the exterior angle theorem. So that means my two far angles are my two angles that are farther away from the exterior angle. 20x plus 25x plus 5. So this is measure 1, this is measure 2, is equal to the outside angle. So combine like terms and I get 45x plus 5 is equal to 140. I'm going to minus the 5, so 45x is equal to 135. 135 divided by 45 is going to be equal to 3. So x is equal to 3. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to plug it in for the measure that we're looking for, which is t. So that'd be 20x. 20 times 3 is 60 degrees, and that is your final answer. You could write it as measure t is equal to 60 degrees as well. And we'll check our answer, 15, 60 degrees. All right, if you have questions, email me. I can make a video for you. Come after school, we can do some on the whiteboard. Or 3, go to the math lab and seek help from a qualified educator. Hope you guys have a good night. See you tomorrow.